Alright, what's up guys? I was supposed to be doing the X in the rear bars today, but I've measured it and I just don't have enough material. I could do an X, but it's not like I want it. I want to have the tubes intersect at a 90-degree angle so I can use the taco plates, like the saddle gussets, and I just can't do that with the tubes I have here. I used up all 3 6-footers that I bought, but I don't have enough to do the X today. I could make a shorter X, but the lower the X goes, the more effective it's going to be. So I'm just holding off on it. And there's plenty of other stuff we can do. So we're going to be fitting the halo and the A-pillar bars. This is what I've been most excited for in the cage. So I finally have a full cage in a car. And what I did was I sat the roof back on so we know where to land the halo bar in here. And it looks like I'm going to be able to weld the halo right to the roof, which will be sick. And also, this roof fits freaking great. Just like I had guessed, this didn't get enough damage to shift the A-pillar. The only thing is this little kink I'm going to have to even out so the windshield sits smooth. And I'm going to have to bend this up. I'm going to put a floor jack in here with a piece of wood. Everywhere else, the roof sits fine. So stoked about that. So I'm waiting on my brother. He's going to help me hold the halo in place while I mark the angles and get the measurements. So when he gets here, we're going to resume and get to ripping. I have one base plate prepped. In the meantime, I'm going to prep the other one. I don't really want to, but I'm going to. See you guys when my brother gets here. So I didn't film again. My brother, he just left. I didn't really want to film because it takes a little more time to film, and he was real tired and lending me a hand. So I said, I'll just bang it out. We'll get it done and then get him out of here. So we had the roof on. We tested that it fit. It's all tacked in. As you can see, it touches these. The roof still lays in here, and it's pretty snug up there and there. I'm going to see in a second how I fit with my helmet, but I'm going to try and get these A-pillar bars mostly cut. But first, I'm going to check clearance, and I'm going to try and get at least one A-pillar bar cut tonight, so I have faith I can do it. And then tomorrow, I'm going to have to come in here and weld those base plates also. So I'm going to try and do that right now. Alright guys, so I threw my old helmet on, and I want to put my current season one on because I'm dirty and sweaty, but it's a moment of truth. I'm sharing it with you guys. I'm so nervous. See how we did. Alright. Fully back in the seat. I have that much space. That's like 2.5, 3 inches. So even if I go up a little bit, I'll still be good. Like I have an inch. Like I'm super happy with that. Because I was nervous that that was going to be low and really mess up the whole situation. But that's good. Then we can get to working these A-pillar bars, which I hope to God work like I want to. But we're going to get to that now. So I'm working on test fitting the A-pillar bars now. I'm going to show you guys with the tube underneath because it's a little bit easier to demonstrate. But you'll get an idea. This is basically the angle the tube has to come in on. And it's on a bend, so it's super tricky. This angle should give you a little bit better idea. But it's going to be a really long, shallow angle. So it's going to be tricky. I'm going to try my best. Hopefully I don't have to reorder these A-pillar bars. But the problem is really, if I made like this halo a little bit more forward, it would have been easier. But the more forward it goes, the more downward angle it goes, and the more in your sight it goes. So I'm going to work on this right now and see what kind of magic I can work. I'm going to try and do some test cuts on a scrap piece and see if I can get it lined up like I want. So we're going to try it now. So as I suspected, for the past 2 hours, I got my fucking ass kicked. Quickly got checked like, hey, Jake, you made a pretty cool diagonal. Well, fuck you. You're still not that good. And that's exactly how I'm feeling. These A-pillar bars have been fucking me up. They still are. But I got one done, and I'm excited to say that I'm freaking happy with how it fits for my first full roll cage. Here she is. I'm gonna do fucking dimple dies, and it's gonna look okay. This one still needs a lot of work. We're gonna sit inside with me. So here's how she fits. I think that's pretty tight enough. The mouth up there is pretty nice and tight. As you can see back here, I try to do some real cool stuff and make it actually like go back here. I gotta grind that off still. This is just tacked in for now. It's gonna get pulled to to weld these plates, which have to go forward now. But anyway, yeah, these things suck to do. It'd be so much easier if they had A-pillar bars and the crossbar. I'm not gonna lie, I really wish they did. But I'm pretty happy with it. It'll be welded down there. As you can see, it's leaning, and I don't know, I don't hate it. I think that'll help, especially with the door bar. Getting the door bar out of my way, because I want that as far out of my way as possible. So, I mean, I'm going to do some research. I think that's perfectly acceptable leaning. But tomorrow, it's fucking late. So tomorrow I'm going to do that one. Get them welded in, get the plates welded in. And then I have to do the dashboard clearly. I also want to do some braces in here. I really want to do a V-brace, but I'm not sure yet. So catch me tomorrow in the same video, welding that one up. Alright guys, so I've got back out here. I marked the other tube. Here it is in the notcher. I'm going to show you guys the process. I basically laid these two on the ground with these against the flat edge. So they're perfectly even, marked from the high side of this notch to where the notch is going to land on that tube. So I'm going to use my degree wheel thing, a little angle finder, to get the angle right on the tube. And I'm going to show you guys how we're going to notch it. Alright, so my first notch is going to be shallow. I'm not going to go all the way to where I want the notch to sit. But I found out yesterday an offset of about 4 degrees works great on these tubes. So what I do is I'm going to put this here. That's about 1 degree past 0. Turn the tube up and get this to about there, lock it down in here, and then notch it. And like I said, our first notch is going to be a little bit shallow, so I'll show you the notching right now. So I just got the notch mostly cleaned up and beveled. As you can see, this is the line where I wanted the notch to land. This is where I put it. You don't want to go like this stuff is like, I give so much props to fabricators because like I started out learning like working with wood. Like my dad and my brother are carpenters. Like my dad used to do cabinetry. He's into real fine work, and I've always learned on wood. And wood is like so much more forgiving than metal and so much easier to mark than freaking tubes with joints like this. But you want to go a little bit larger at first, because who's to say that maybe the main hoop isn't slightly further from the A-pillar over here or slightly more up or down? It shouldn't be, but you know, you want to make sure you leave a little bit of room for variance and then get it in there with the flap disc to the final fit. So we're going to fit it up now. Alright, so we're pretty damn close. What it's going to need is a little bit of opening of like the bottom throat of it. So same thing the other one needed. I'm going to work on that now. Has finally come where the A-pillar bars are notched completely and tacked in. I'm so relieved that I got here. And I mean, yeah, I did want the tubes to hug the A-pillar a little bit more, but I've seen worse. Oh, excuse me. I've seen like a lot worse on cages. Well, I mean, not that that justifies it, but I think it came out really good. And I have to just take a step back and accept that, like, you know, this is my first cage that I've ever done a halo and A-pillar bars on. And I'm, you know, with that said, I'm really happy how it came out. So here it is. Both tacked in. I just measured everything. It's even. It touches right here. Not that that's much, but I'm going to tack that. Touches down there. This one touches that thing as well. So I did test fit the roof. That there needs to come up just a little bit. It's tacked to the roll cage. So what I'm going to do is cut it off the cage. Then weld the roof in. And if after the roof's on, I can still get the gun in there and weld it, then good. But if not, the roof welding into that is really important because that's the actual support. Not that there's going to be as much load on the roof, now that there's a full cage. But anyway, to skip it all, I'm going to cut that off, and I'm going to get to welding these tubes in. Alright guys, so almost every weld is done. I have it welded to the body where I can. I was literally finishing up the bottom of this tube, running around the back side, and I knew it was gonna happen. Ran out of fucking wire, like literally with a quarter of the tube to left. Like a 3/4 inch, 1 inch weld, done. And then a couple more points to the body. It would have been like 20 more minutes of welding probably. And we can't finish it, which sucks. So I'm gonna run out and get some because I also wanted to make the tube to support the halo. I want to do like some tube work in there because I think that big open hole, like God forbid you're to flip like into a fucking tree or a tree stump or a rock. It's slim, but you'd rather have the bars than not, and they'll look pretty neat. So I'm gonna go out and get more wire. Alright guys, so that is it for the A-pillar bars. They're fully welded in. They touch the chassis there on both sides. They touch right there. And also, of course, down there along the A-pillar like rocker area. Pretty happy with how they came out. Like I said, I think I did pretty good. I'm going to measure this, and I'm going to try and order dimple gusset plates to weld in. I never did them before either, so we're going to see if I can make that work. I was going to order like a gusset tool and make my own gussets so I could also make my own floor plates. But for the price of the material and the gusset tool, I might as well just order the pre-made ones for this project. Maybe later on I'll consider it, but right now it just makes more sense to just order them. Anyway, remember how I said I had an idea to use these rear bars for the door bars? That didn't work out because the main hoop is like pretty far back. And then these ended up like way further forward than I was expecting, which is good because it maximizes like the coverage of the roll cage, but the bars won't reach. So if this bar had landed like here, they might have reached, but they just won't work without like landing ridiculously high. But they will work for something. But that's it for this video. Just the A-pillar bars and the halo, and you know, I can't do the dash bar because I'm out of tubing. My door bar tubes are long enough, but they are needed for the door bars, so I'm not going to use them. These two bars, the one that was intended for the dash bar is too narrow. The harness bar is even narrower than that. And really, like, if you made the dash bar fit, like these tubes would be further inward and they would not fit as well with the halo and the A-pillars. So really, S&W should have just added like 3 inches of material and called it a day. But of course, they're trying to maximize profits, and you know, but I guess it's to be expected when you're custom fitting a cage like this. You know, they're giving you something without instructions on where they expect it placed, and you place it somewhere it doesn't fit. So tomorrow, I'm going to alleviate that problem. I'm going to buy more tubing. Like I said, I bought 18 feet when I bought the cage, and I was like, oh, that's going to be plenty. And it wasn't. So I'm going to go to the metal supplier tomorrow after work, run over there, probably get another 18 or 24 feet. I need 2 6-footers roundabout for the rear bars, 1 for the dash bar, and I need at least 1 more on each side for the door bars. So I'm probably going to buy 4 more 6-foot sections. But anyway, expect that in the next video. We're just going to do like the auxiliary bars, so to speak, because the X's in the main hoop isn't needed. The top bars aren't needed. The door bars are needed, and so is the dash bar because we have to mount our steering. But that's going to be like all the filler stuff we're going to do next time. So that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope it's making sense and you guys are following me on this journey. My first real cage install like this, but we're learning as we go. So that's it, guys. Catch you on the next one, and yeah, see you.